Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the show. This is Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm your host, Jeff Trenopole. Sorry, I'm watching the very end of the Bearcat game, and holy smokes, they pulled it out. I'm happy. They had a 20-point lead, and it slowly started creeping away from them, but they won. But anyway, I'm bringing you sports from a West Side point of view right here in the great city of Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the UC Bearcats, who won their first game in the American Athletic Conference. They will take on Wichita State tomorrow. I can't see what time it says on my TV, but I will definitely put that out later on today. Good win for the Bearcats. I think they played pretty well. Now, if you found the show, do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. Smash that thumbs up. I'm up to 852 subscribers. That is awesome. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Now, if you found the show, if you're watching on Facebook or any of these other platforms, do me a favor. Go to the YouTube channel. Just type in Sports With, and it'll come up. Strawberry Ice. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell for notifications. And you help me out. And every time I go live, you'll be notified. Now, this show and every show is brought to you by T Properties. T Properties, quality housing for quality people. Check out their website at www.tpropertiesllc.com for all your rental property management needs and your rental needs. All right, guys, it's just you and me. Today, Jeremy D cannot join us. Terry Nelson is hopefully going to do his best to try to join me, but he just got off. Well, no, he's still on the air right now. The game just ended, so they've got the coach talk to Coach Brandon and all their post-game stuff and the struggle for the stake and all that stuff. So hopefully Terry will be able to join me, but if not, it's just you and me. Now, it's thanks, Crown. What do you say, 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock ESPN2. Thank you. I couldn't see it from my TV. Awesome. So make sure we are watching it on ESPN2, 3 o'clock. And, dude, though I don't know about you guys, I was pretty impressed the way the Bearcats played. I know SMU hadn't played in a month. I understand that. But just the way these freshmen are stepping up. Mikey Saunders, or as Melvin Levitt told me to call him, Mike Ice. Dude, the blonde blur is what I want to call him, was killing them. Just killing them. They could not stop him. And he was playing great defense. I mean, he got that one charge. He still moved his feet. He beat the ball handler to the point and got the charge. That was awesome. Davenport, he's a sophomore, guys. He's a sophomore. He's playing like a freaking junior, man. Look, I know Bearcat fans have been on Brandon and on these players and all this stuff, but dude, I think they played really well today. And like I said, the more important thing that I liked the most was their defense. I think their defense actually played really, really well. So, I mean, did they play great? No. But I think that was one of their best all-around performances. Now, they got to do better at closing games out because the end of that game was kind of rough. So, which, like I said, they're freshmen, sophomores. They haven't had to do that, that much. They've been in close games. I mean, this game pretty much wasn't really in doubt the whole second half till the last, 10, 15 minutes or so of the second half. So, what's up, Crown? What do you got here? Where are all the Kentucky fans at? Yeah, they're all crying. Their team's going home. Now we gotta be nice because we still got two more pretty big hurdles to get over before we can really start talking smack. But here's the final. UC won 74-71 over SMU here. Let's see here. Davenport led all scores with 19. Saunders had 12 points. I love how many rebounds he's got. I'm trying to find there. Let's see where he is. He had 6 rebounds. He's the shortest guy on the court, and he was up there jumping up, snatching that ball out of the air. I was really, really impressed with Mikey Saunders. That was a very good. He's a freshman. He wasn't like Terry Nelson said on the broadcast. He ain't playing like no freshman. I mean, he's finally starting to slow down a little bit. I mean, he still goes too fast sometimes. I mean, that one, he's bringing the ball up the court, and he goes to the left side of the court, takes off, goes so fast, he loses his balance, slides, looked like 20 feet. For some reason, they didn't call traveling on him. I don't know why. They called him, he called timeout, but he goes so fast. You know, I call him the blonde blur. So anyway, Who Day, baby? What's up, Who Day, baby? Welcome to the show. You're who baby? Yeah, whatever. Close enough. Welcome to the show. What's up? Well, what's good is my Bearcats won. I'm happy. I did not jinx them like Jeremy D did when I did not guarantee a win. I'll preface that. Jeremy D guaranteed a win for the Bengals against the Washington football team, and as we all know, Joe freaking Burrow got injured that game. I didn't guarantee a win, but I did. I was pretty confident they were going to win. All right, let's see here. Like I said, Saunders had 12 points. Mike Adams-Wood had 10. Keith Williams had 14. Free throw shooting. Keith Williams, man, I wish he could get back to where he was last year on his free throws, man. Last year, he would pretty much hit, 2 out of 2. He was consistently 1 for 1, except for right down the stretch there, the last free throws, he knocked them both in. So that was good. Now, I have a question. Did you guys see the technical foul that Michael Davenport got? I mean, that was like, look, all right. Man, when I played basketball back in the day, if you weren't bleeding, it wasn't a foul, dude. I mean, that was ridiculous. I mean, the dude shoved him. Yeah, Michael Davenport shoved him back. It's nothing. Nobody threw a punch. Nothing happened. Why did anybody get a technical on that play? That was ridiculous. So, I don't know. Now, first half stats, I got those written down. The Bearcats started 3 for 7, and they finished 7 out of 3. This is the beginning of the year. Sorry. Beginning of the year, the Bearcats started 3 and 7, and then they finished on a 7-3 run. I think that's pretty good. I know everybody gets mad about Brandon, and they don't like the way he's coaching, but if you look at the way this team played today, and look the way they played down the stretch, and look at the players he has, we got some ballers, man. Tyree Eason, he is going to be really, really, really good. I mean, it's just the freshmen. I mean, that's the biggest thing is they are freshmen, and they're going to make freshman mistakes, and that's what happened there. When the team SMU started coming back, they started making some ridiculous shots. I mean, and it's good defense. You have 2 guys in front of him, and he's hitting the 3-pointer. All you can do is tip your cap. That's they just made them. The thing is, the Bearcats, it'll come with time. It comes with experience, and that's what this team does not have. Which the interesting thing is, we have 3 seniors. Really, only one of them played big minutes. I mean, Vogt played, but Easton, I think, played more minutes than Vogt did. So that's kind of telling for me as far as how Brandon feels about his players that he has and who he can trust. Eric, what's up? What do you got here? I'm worried about Houston. Oh yeah, well let's get to Houston first. I agree with you. I completely agree with you. But let's get to Houston first. Let's concentrate on one game at a time. Let's get past Wichita State, because last time we played Wichita State, they beat us. It was a close game. Now, this was before the COVID break. It was a close game, but they beat us. We never got to make up the game here. So it's going to be, like I said, this was going to be the easiest game out of all of them. I mean, Wichita State is actually the number 1 seed, which, I mean, the best team in the conference is Houston, and I can't stand Houston. So I agree. I'm worried about Houston, but let's get past Wichita State first. And how cool would it be? I mean, we are back-to-back defending AAC champions. We could have won a three years in a row if SMU hadn't gotten just freaking flat out lucky in 17 and beat us. But let's try to make it 3 in a row. How great would it be for Bearcat fans? For the year that we've went through, thinking we're going nowhere. Kentucky's not in it. Duke's not going to be in it. Look, I'm not saying it's going to happen. You got to get 2 more wins. Wait, try there. 2 more wins. But just how cool. Just think how cool would it be if we could beat Wichita State and then beat Houston. I would love to beat Houston. I can't stand Houston. I can't stand Kelvin Sampson. Now, I said, it ain't going to be easy. I mean, they are 10 deep. They got fifth-year seniors. Houston is not going to be easy to beat. Wichita State is not going to be easy to beat. They got juniors and seniors on their team. So when you play these teams that have, upperclassmen, it's going to be hard for the Bearcats to play with them. All right, Eric, what's up here? Sorry. I remember when UConn did it and they ran the tournament. All hope is not lost. Yeah, UConn, that was they had to win to get in the tournament, and then they didn't win the whole freaking thing. Now, a little different situation. They did have seniors, and they had some really good guards on there. But with DeJulius back, I know he didn't do a whole lot today, but he got his feet wet. He got back in the flow of games. He hadn't played in, 5 games? 4 games, something like that. He got his feet wet. He's another guy. He's another ball handler. He is an upperclassman. So we're going to need him more in the next game against Wichita State, I think more than this one. But I was so impressed with Mike Saunders, Ice Mike. So impressed. Because when he first started this year, he was so fast. He was out of control. He's still lightning quick, but he's under control. And for the most part, he's making good decisions. Now, Bearcats are still, whipping the ball around, making silly passes. But the thing is, you got to look at it this way. If you look at the way they played today, the way that offense played, that's Brandon's system. That is the most accurate way that I've seen them actually produce it. It's moving the ball in and out, up and down, around, quick passes, motion. I mean, he plays like Terry Nelson, so he plays with a positionless system, meaning guys can just move around. And Terry brought this up in the broadcast, if you guys were listening, because I had it on the TV, but then I turned the sound down and listened to Terry and Dan on the radio. Terry had a really good point. They didn't convert it because Tari Easton could have done a pump fake and his shot got blocked. But pretty much everybody touched the ball in this possession. They drove it in, they kicked it back out, they moved it around, they drove it back in, they kicked it back out, passed it back down to Tari. And I think every single guy on the court touched the ball. Now, Tari should have either pump faked or just went up and tried to hammer it down on him. He didn't. He got it blocked. But that comes with experience. That comes with time. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I'm very excited about the freshmen that we have on this team. Crip, I love a Cougar, but not a Houston Cougar. Exactly. Cougar. Just not the Houston Cougars. But like I said, man, like that. We got to get past Wichita State first, everybody. That's tomorrow, 3:00. It's going to be a tough game, but I'm glad that they made it. Now, I want to get this out of the way before Terry joins me, which I said, hopefully Terry will join me. That's the Zeke of the week. Let's see here. Tommy Hall's like, Bearcats have to get more aggressive on defense against Houston. They use too little defense and pressures. Well, one thing I'll say about their defense, this is the best I've seen their defense play. And what I like what they're doing now, Brandon is a man-to-man coach. He likes man-to-man defense. But with the lack of players and lack of size that we have, he switched to the zone a lot. And I switched back and forth a lot today. And I really think that they're going to have to play that type of defense against Wichita State and against Houston. Just because they have, they're not coming off a month delay. They've been playing, They've got, like I said, I'll say it again, they got upperclassmen. You need, and the Bearcats are going to have to try to save their energy on defense. The best way to do it is the matchup zone. And they're figuring it out. I mean, SMU could not score when they did that matchup zone. Now that's SMU, and again, they haven't played in a month, so you got to kind of, waver on the results of this game because you are going to play a team that did beat you already this year, and it's a better team than SMU. So, but I really hope that they really go with the matchup zone big time tomorrow at 3:00, so we can, like I said, save our energy. And if you guys remember, Mick Cronin was a big man-to-man guy. And once he went to that matchup zone, it was really, really hard for anybody to score on him. And let me see, what is the final shooting percentage for Wichita here? They only shot 35% from the field. That's it. Cats shot 44% from the field. They were in the first half, they were like in the 27 or 28% was SMU. So the defense really stepped up today. And like Terry said too, when the SMU was going on that run to try to close it out at the end there, and the Bearcats were kind of messing up, what helped is they had that 20-point lead. So they did the right things throughout almost the entire game until, your pressure gets to you and you hold that ball a little tighter and you don't want to mess up. It seems like as soon as you do that, you start messing up. But since they did so good in the first half and most of the second half and got that 20-point lead, it was really hard for SMU to come back. So that helped in the long run. Now, if they do that against SMU or Houston, they will come back and beat us. You can't make those mistakes. So you grow, you get better, and you come back tomorrow. Now Tommy's on the chat here. If you guys know, Tommy comes on the show every once in a while with me, and he's a West Virginia fan. And as we all know, they have our coach, Bob Huggins. He is I think he's still one win shy of 900. When he gets that, he will be the only college coach with 900 wins and is not in the National Basketball Hall of Fame. That is ridiculous. That right there is my Zeke of the week. National Basketball Hall of Fame for not putting Bob Huggins into the Hall of Fame. Like, is it because he doesn't wear a suit? Is it because I don't know what it is. He's not a, buttoned up, Coach K, sophisticated kind of guy. What is it? Or is it because he's a Cincinnati guy? And Cincinnati guys can't get in the Hall of Fame, like Ken Riley, Ken Anderson, Pete Rose can't let him in the Hall of Fame. So since he played, or not played, but coached for so long for UC, maybe it's a Cincinnati bias. Maybe that's why you won't let him in. Either way, it's ridiculous. And National Basketball Hall of Fame, you are my Zeke of the week. That is utterly ridiculous, terrible. I hate it. All right, Tommy, let's see here. I think it's because he hasn't got a championship yet. Yeah, which is BS. When compared to all others that are in. That is true. That is the one thing Huggy Bear has not gotten. He has not gotten a championship. He's gotten 2 teams to the Final Four. He got the UC Bearcats, a 9-2 team that Terry Nelson is a part of. And what was it, his second year, third year, Tommy, that he got West Virginia to the Final Four? And I loved it because he beat Kentucky in the Elite Eight. It's been a little while ago. But, yeah, he hasn't won a national championship. And that does present a problem, but he's still got 900 wins. Is 900 wins, man. I mean, you can't argue that. That's the number right there. 2010. All right, that's when it was. 2010. So yeah, it's been a little while ago, but still, 900. Like I said, 900 wins. Can't take that away from him. So I want to get to what Terry said. His keys to the game, and I think they pretty much got him. What, Crip? You got something? What's up, Crip? Agree. Love the man, Bob Huggins. Yeah, I think everybody that's actually watching me right now, we all agree that Bob Huggins should be in the Hall of Fame. It's utterly ridiculous that he's not. All right, Terry's keys to the game. Got to get to the free throw line. I pretty much think they did that today pretty consistently. Bomb squad, meaning 3-pointers. Michael or Davenport is freaking awesome. That side 3, he's got that almost every time. They leave him alone, he's going to nail that. And the thing is, they shot, let me see here. What is the percentage of 3-pointers here? Here it is. Okay, they were 8 of 18. So they were 44% from 3, which that's not bad. I mean, you're close to 50. I mean, they're on the lower side of 50, but 44% from 3 is not bad. And Madsen didn't even get one, and he's, I think, the best 3-point shooter on the team. So when you got him not contributing as far as shooting, I mean, he contributed other ways. And you're 44%, like I said, 8 of 18. That's not bad. Free throws, 20 out of 31. Again, not great, but still not bad. I mean, do you guys remember Mick Cronin's teams or Bob Huggins' team? They couldn't shoot free throws. So the offensive possessions and the offensive output, I think, was really, really good. And to keep SMU at 35.9% from the field goal, that's defense right there. And that's what a lot of Bearcat fans have gotten mad or frustrated with Brandon is we don't play defense. We don't do this. I think we're starting to see Brandon's vision. And that's something me and Terry were talking about earlier this week, which hopefully, like I said, hopefully he can come on the show. We will see. But you get a couple bigs, just add a couple bigs onto this this roster. That's going to help. I mean, that's one of our biggest problems is we don't have that many bigs. You got Eason and you got Vogt. And Vogt, God love him. He's got high basketball IQ. But he's so slow. It's like his mind knows what to do. He just can't get there. And one thing that I noticed today, I might ask Terry this too, that I think he did a better job of getting in position to receive the passes. Because he was taking passes right near the block charge circle. Last year, he was almost on that thing last year at first half when he was, fifth in the country in field goal percentage. He was getting it really close to that and making shots, making passes, having his hands up. The thing is, he's really good at what Tari's got to work at is when he's flashing to the basket, get your hands up. Get ready for the ball. Vogt's great at that. Let's see, Tommy. My opinion, the Bearcats won because they won the battle of the boards. That is a good question right there, Tommy. I don't know. Let me see what this. Let's see. Do they have rebounding on here? No. I don't see rebounding on here, so I'd love to know what they got, what the rebounds were. But I don't know. But yeah, I do think they still miss sometimes, especially if they're down the stretch. They're batting the ball around a little bit too much, So the rebounding, I said, their whole effort has gotten better. The only thing I didn't like is when beginning of the game, when was it Keith? No, the pass was going to Keith. And instead of hustling down and going at the guy, at least going, hey, whatever, trying to get him to miss, he just put his head down. That was the only time I saw a lack of effort from that team today. I think their effort was great. Oh, you got that right? Okay, you got 3 rounds. There you go. Thanks, Tommy. Okay, yeah, 40-37. Okay, cool. I don't know why it's not on my app. I said the game just ended, people, so I'm kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. I'm kind of killing time and hoping Terry gets on. He just looked at the link, so I'm hoping he'll be able to jump on. I don't know if he's done yet or not, so hopefully Terry will be jumping on shortly. But yes, 40-37. I mean, they beat them. They pretty much dominated this game from start to finish. I mean, they out-rebounded them 40-37. They outshot them. They held them to 44%. And that's, like I said, that's one of the big things that Bearcat fans that I've seen in Bearcat country complain. We don't play defense. This isn't Bearcat basketball. No, this ain't Mick Cronin Bearcat basketball. This ain't Mick Cronin walk the ball up. These boys, they're going to get that ball and they're going to go. They want to blow your doors off. And that's the thing. And that's what I think we have to look forward to in the future. It's going to be fun. How many times did we watch Cronin and we'd have a chance for a fast break? He's like, oh, slow down. I got to walk the ball up the court. Like, oh, my goodness. All you got to do is go down and score real quick. You know, it would help because scoring was always a problem with Nick's teams. And I mean, I'm telling you, if we don't make the NCAA tournament this year, I think there's a darn good chance we're going to make it next year. Because people, Mick Cronin's first 4 years, do you guys remember Deontay Vaughn? I felt so bad for that guy. He was a really good basketball player. He never made it to the NCAA tournament because he was basically the only scorer Mick had for 4 years. Other than that, it was throw the ball at the backboard and go get it and play defense, which it works. It does work, but you need athletes. You need scorers sometime. And that's what Brandon's got. He's got athletes. He's got scorers. They can play multiple positions. I mean, I can't stop talking about Mike Saunders. He's a freaking blur, the blonde blur. That's what I'm calling him. He just destroyed them off the bounce a couple of times. And how he was able to still get the ball in the hoop on some of these dribble drives as fast as he was going is amazing. I mean, he's one of the fastest Bearcat players I've ever seen. So I'm very excited with him. Like I said, and Davenport, he's been stepping up all year. He's been the most consistent scorer we've had. He's a Cincinnati boy, went to Moeller. And he's a sophomore. I mean, and like I said, Madsen has been shooting the ball well. He didn't shoot that good today, but his brother's supposed to be even better, a better shooter than Michael is. So, I mean, I think it's looking nothing but up for the Bearcats program moving forward. Like I said, I think the transfer portal is going to be a huge thing of what the Bearcats are going to do. I mean, it's a big thing in college basketball. Everybody is going to be looking for the transfer portal because it's going to be like the Wild Wild West. You get a couple big guys in here that are like Tyree Eason, athletic, can move around. I mean, I like Chris Vogt, but he's just too slow, I think. And the thing is, too, Keith could come back for another year, which I personally think is a good idea for him. Actually, personally, for Vogt, I think it's a good idea for him to come back. I don't know if it's necessarily a good idea for the Bearcats for him to come back. But for him himself, if he wants a shot of, playing in the NBA or playing overseas or whatever, I think he needs another year of development and try to somehow get some quickness. And I'm not sure how you develop that, but that is something that I think Chris Vogt, if he had just a little bit of quickness, it would help him out so much. And Keith, this year, Terry said it on the broadcast. How do you say? He said I wrote it down here. Oh, yeah. The Keith bad shot-o-meter. And he was right. He takes, 4 or 5 really dumb shots during the game. It's kind of like Terry's like, just get it out of the way, get it out your system, and then go play. And that's kind of what he did. And the Bearcats, the other thing that I was saying is let a rip Tater Chip. They had nothing to lose. Right now they're not in the NCAA tournament. So ball out, go hard, and see what happens. They should be playing with no pressure. We lose, they're supposed to lose. They're not supposed to be in. So, Tommy, Brandon is going to be a good coach. This is a young team. Look at Kentucky and Duke with their young teams. It definitely makes an impact. Yeah, that's exactly it. Let's see. You said something up here. I missed this one, Tommy. It's all good. Good show. Yeah. You got me following Bearcat basketball. There you go. I'm gonna convert you eventually, Tommy. No, probably not. You're a big West Virginia fan. That's what, dude. Honestly, I wish we still had West Virginia in our division. That was in our conference. That was fun. We played them because I remember when Hugs came back for the first time, and I was at the game, and everybody was making fun of him because he never wears a suit. I mean, he did when he was younger. He barely ever wears a suit. He wore this mustard-colored yellow suit. People made different memes of him. He looked like a bottle of mustard. It was, I don't know why he wore it, but that cracked me up. But I mean, it was cool. I remember he came back. We're like, all right, yeah, y'all cheered, welcome back. And we're like, all right, let's go kick his ass. But I really like playing West Virginia. I like playing them in football too. That was That was a good rivalry because it wasn't bad. It's not a bad drive from here to Morgantown or vice versa. Check out the games. But hopefully someday, maybe whenever they change conferences again, maybe we can all be in the ACC or whatever. Love playing Cincinnati and the Big East. That was a good rivalry. Yeah, I agree. And that's the thing, man. I always wanted to go when UC got into the Big East. I'm like, man, one of these days, I'm going to go to the Big East basketball tournament. I'm going to watch my Bearcats there. I think it's one of the coolest basketball tournaments. It's in Madison Square Gardens. I mean, it's historic. Georgetown, Syracuse, St. John's, all these old school teams from the 80s and 90s. I go down there, and it was, beasts from the East. They were hard-nosed, tough, fought games. And I was like, man, I can't wait to go there. One of these days, I'm going to get there. Never did I think the Big East would actually leave us. But they did. They left us. We're still in the conference that originally was the Big East. That's the conference we're in. The Big East actually left to start their own conference. So that's one regret. I never got to go watch them. I still might go watch it sometime, but the Bearcats aren't in it. But yeah, I really do miss being in the Big East. It was a fun conference, and I would love to see what Brandon can do, once he gets his player set. You got to give the guy about at least 4 years, I think. We're at the end here of the second year, and he ended the first year under COVID. We didn't get to play. This is Brandon's first game that he coached in the AAC tournament. He hasn't gotten to go to the NCAA tournament with the Bearcats. He did with Northern Kentucky. And then you get a whole offseason of, they really can't practice or can't do much of anything. These guys can't really develop. Everything's a Zoom call. I know people have gotten on. Well, what about the recruits? What about this? What about that? Okay. Look at the guys he brought in. Just look at them. They're pretty damn good. They're pretty good. Now, I know people are like, oh, but people are transferring. All right. Well, that happens. They transfer. Zach Harvey, as far as I know, was upset because he wasn't starting. Well, that's a silly reason to me that's just an excuse. For some reason, I think he wants to go home. Unfortunately, he might be playing for Wichita State next year. We'll see, which would suck to play him all the time. But that's his prerogative. Everybody wants to go and be the star. And from what I've heard, he wasn't happy with his role. Again, I don't know why, because I thought he was getting a lot of playing time, and he was actually producing and showing what he could do in this system. And this system, it's a lot of fun to watch, and it's going to be a lot of fun for these guys to play in. Isaiah Pede, yeah, Isaiah Pede, yep. He was an awesome football player. Loved watching him play. Watching him play there. Tommy Crip, I miss Hugs. Great times. Yeah, I miss Hugs too. Trust me, there are people that are still Huggins fans. I'm a Huggins fan. I'll put it to you this way: there are Huggins fans, and then there's Bearcat fans. I was a Bearcat fan when Tony Yates was the coach. Okay. So I've been a Bearcat before Huggins got here. I'm a Bearcat fan after Huggins got here. I hated what happened to him. I think he got a raw deal. I think it was terrible what they did. Because I think it was like, I want to say 2 or 3 years before that, he almost left and went to Morgantown. And he decided to stay because the fans tell me what you said, and the school, gave him that nice contract and everything. And then Nancy Zimfer comes in, and stuff behind the scenes happens, and Huggins is gone. And I'm like, and this was like right before the season. It was devastating to the basketball. Right before we're going to the Big East. That was our first year in the Big East. Because every time I kept hearing, oh, Huggins, he's a good coach, but you guys play in Conference USA. He won't do that good when he gets to the real conference. I'm like, all right, we'll see. We're finally getting the Big East. We'll see what happens. And then Nancy Zimfer gets rid of him. So he can't even get the Big East. Well, he did eventually when he went to West Virginia. So I was like, man. So then we had Mick come in. And yeah, trust me, the program was devastated. We had one scholarship player. Mick had a long row to hoe to get it there. But if you look at Mick's players, the 4 years, just take Mick's first 4 years. I'll take the first recruiting class that that Brandon has right now over almost, not everybody, almost everybody that Mick recruited in the first 4 years. He's got scores. He's got length. These guys are starting to understand the system and how it works and where to take their shots from. And all they're going to do is get better. So it's very positive for the Bearcats on how things are looking. Huggins is one of only 2 coaches with over 300 wins with 2 different teams. Yep. That is true, Tommy. And you can't forget, I think he started out at was he Toledo or Akron where he got here? We hired him in 1989. I was 12. I remember. I'm like, who the heck is this guy? But I was happy within, let's see here, 4 years. We made the NCAA tournament and made a Final Four run. Had some guy named Terry Nelson on his team. That was a blast. Those are fun teams, fun times. Thing is, life moves on. John Brand's a coach now. I know people get upset that, they think Nick Van Exel should have been a coach. I still kind of find that, other than he's a great Bearcat, he's never been a head coach anywhere. He's a scout, I think, for the Dallas Mavericks. So why does everybody think that Van Exel would do a better job of coaching the Bearcats than John Brandon, who has worked his way up to being a head coach, was a successful head coach at Northern Kentucky, which Northern Kentucky was not a D1 school when he took over. So that he had to build that program from scratch. And he did it. And they went to the NCAA tour, I think, twice. So I always wonder, I know, Crip, if you're watching, I know you're a big Nick Van Exel fan. And I like Nick. I love Nick. Nick's one of my favorite all-time. He's a great all-time Bearcat. I'm always curious why Bearcat fans said Nick Van Exel should have been a coach, not John Brandon. Why? What? I mean, to me, I'd prefer have a coach who's had experience in coaching, and worked his way up and has been a coach at lower levels. I like that with any of my, sport teams. Like, I wish Zach Taylor was an offense coordinator, which he technically was with the Rams, but he didn't call the plays. So that's where I was kind of always like, I don't know if that's good. David Bell never was a manager. He was a front office guy, scout, player development guy. Now he's a manager. I'm not sure I like that. That's one of the reasons I like Brandon. He's proven that he can do it. I think he's proving right now he can do it. And he's proven that his players have bought in. And his system works. And his defense works. I mean, when they do what they're supposed to do, it works. It works out really good. They play really well. Now, I know it's just SMU. And I know I got to argue with the guy at work. Oh, he doesn't have moxie. He doesn't have this. Oh, they haven't beat anybody tough. Okay. Again, they're freshmen, sophomores. I'm not saying they're going to win tomorrow. I hope to God they are, but that's why you play the game. And if they get to Houston, it's going to be really tough to beat them. But again, that's why you play the games. And if they can in this, even if they get to tomorrow and say they lose, but it's a close game, that's still good momentum going into next year. Yeah, we're not going to make the tournament if we lose tomorrow. But I think the momentum that he's built since the COVID break on what these players have done, it's going to be translate into major success next year. All right, Tommy. It's similar to Reds fans wanting Barry Larkin as manager. Great player, but has very little coaching experience. Yeah, and I'm as guilty as anybody. I want Larkin as the manager too. But then, that's the same thing. Just because he's a great player doesn't mean he's a manager. Well, Larkin has at least managed before. I mean, he did manage. I can't remember. It was Puerto Rico or Cuba, or not Cuba. Somebody in the World Baseball Classic. So at least he has done it. So that's, he has managed. D-Ray, what's up? I was thinking Nick was an assistant with the Lakers a few years back. Yeah, he was an assistant with the Lakers. That was a while ago when he was with the Lakers. But right now, yeah, he's a scout for the Dallas Mavericks because I just heard Terry say it on the broadcast. so that's where I know what he's doing now. But if you go from an assistant coach, just say he was still an assistant with Lakers, and you go from assistant coach to college head coach, it's totally different. Recruiting is huge. I mean, honestly, recruiting is more important than it is the most important thing in college sports. If you can't recruit, it doesn't matter how good a coach you are. You got to have the talent. So and that's the other thing is can Nick could he put together a recruiting system to go get these guys? I mean, because I'm sorry, it's been a while since Nick Van Exel was a big name in the NBA. I mean, these 19, 20-year-old kids, or excuse me, 17, 18-year-old kids might not know who he is, because it's been a while since he played. So, I mean, he's a legend to us, Bearcat fans, but it's not like Penny Hardaway. All right. Penny Hardaway was an NBA All-Star. He had his own line of shoes. He had the mini penny, or whatever, Chris Rock was the voice. So, and he had been a coach in the AAU circuit. So he had already talked to these young players coming up. And he's already got, his hands in the AAU system. And that's a big deal for college basketball. So it's a lot easier for him to come in and say, hey, I'm going to be the head coach. Oh, I'm going to play for you. Nick Van Exel, like I said, is a scout for the Dallas Mavericks. So that's why I'm like, I wasn't sure that he was a good fit. That's why I liked Brandon. And so far, I think Brandon has proven me right as far as how his team is playing. Again, I know it's only SMU and they haven't played in a month. I know. But they played really, that was the best game I've seen them play this year. I mean, they still turned the ball over a little bit, but like I said, they kept SMU from shooting. They shot 44. Let's see here. Like I said, 44%. I can just bring up here. Yes. No. 33%. Sorry. They kept SMU to shooting 33.3%. So that's good defense. He switched back and forth from man-to-man to the zone. And the thing is, if you notice about the defense, guys were moving their feet. We still had some stupid reach-in fouls, but guys were moving their feet. Crown that Florida State's the new blue blood in college basketball. All right. Calm down, Crown. All right, Crip, there you go. I'm waiting for you to. What do you got? If Nick Van Exel comes in your house to talk about playing basketball in Cincinnati, or Brandon comes in your house to talk about playing basketball in Cincinnati, who are you going to play for? Well, if it's a young 19, 20-year-old kid and he doesn't know who either one of them are, it's a toss-up, in my opinion. I mean, Nick Van Exel can say, yeah, we took the team to the Final Four back in 1992. That kid wasn't even born then. I mean, Crip, I love you, but Nick Van Exel's name isn't up here like we have it. It's not. So I think it's a toss-up, to be honest, And Brandon, I'll take that back. I'll say Brandon has got an advantage because he's already been a coach. He's already got his scouts or whatever out there in the AAU circuit and in junior college and all this stuff because he's been a head coach. So he's already got the avenues. So I don't think that makes a difference, to be honest. I think it's more probably in Brandon's favor. Really. All right, Tommy. To be fair, these kids' days don't know who Van Exel is. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They know who Penny Hardaway is. They can Google him. They can go look up his commercials. They can look at this stuff. So, I mean, there isn't a Nick Van Exel Nike commercial. Brandon is going to be really good, if not great, just 1 year away from being from being two of the AAC, team of the AAC, I think you mean. Yeah, I agree that Dan, D-Ray, I think that he is on the verge. Just you like I said, you add a couple bigs and this transfer portal, it's gonna make a big difference. A big difference. AAU basketball is crazy. Yeah, it is crazy. And I don't know if Van Exel even. I'm not saying he's not a part of it. I have no idea. I know Brandon is because he's been a college coach. So that's all that I am saying. So I rammed on here for a while. Terry might not be able to join, which the man's got a job. I understand. 6:17. Plus, I have to go eat dinner. Text him. About to end the show. Maybe we can do it next time. Live TV here. So I told him if he can come on, he can come on. If he can't, don't worry about it because he's actually on the radio as we speak, I think. But anyway, good win for the Bearcats. Again, they play tomorrow, 3 o'clock versus Wichita State. Let's make sure we support them, have a good time. I just want everybody to come back, as Bearcat fans, to come together and quit bickering and complaining about Brandon. I've said it a million times on here. Me and Melvin Levitt said it a couple times. You guys, I'm not saying the guys that are on here right now are complaining about him, but a lot of it in Bearcat country I've seen where people complain about him. They don't like this. They don't like that. They just don't like him. And like I said, if you're a Bearcat fan, you're a Bearcat fan. You should root for the team no matter what. Right, you love what shirt? What shirt do you love there, Crown? I got Oscar. I got Max. Max. I got Strawberry Ice. Which shirt do you love? I got the one I'm wearing, which you guys can't see. That's kind of a vague statement. I don't know what shirt you're talking about. I got a lot of them. Tommy, stay out of it, Mountain. Nick Van Exel is the man in Cincinnati. Yeah, in Cincinnati, correct? Right. You're right. In Cincinnati. But you got to be able to recruit from all over the country. Not everybody knows who Nick is. Just saying. I love Nick Van Exel. If they had hired him, I would have been fine with it. But it is what it is. They did not hire him. They hired Brandon, and I think it has been a good hire and is a good hire and will be. And I think we're going to be very, very happy with what happens. So anyway, Friday's show, like I said, I'm kind of been rambling on. I was kind of hoping Terry would come on. Jeremy had to bail on me. And, it happens sometimes. So you just got me talking. Next week, it'll be really cool. I'm going to have next Thursday, I'm going to have Zim Hude from the Orange is the New Black podcast. He's on next Thursday. I'm going to have a Kevin James. He's a Columbus Blue Jackets super fan, and he runs Union Soldiers Facebook group. And I'm going to try to get some Columbus Blue Jackets talk going here. Get some hockey talk. I might not get that many views, but sometimes I want to talk about other sports, and we'll see what happens. Next week, going to be a big week. Bengals are going to do something, I think. Carl Lawson, I still think he wants to be a Bengal. I think he's going to be a Bengal. I think they're going to sign him. Willie J3, I don't know. And, somebody commented to me, I saw about this, on my show yesterday on Facebook, on YouTube. That I said Willie J3 was not a top 3 cornerback. Because I was stating the fact that if you franchise tag him, you have to pay him top 3 or top 5 money. That I didn't think he was worth that much money. I still don't. I mean, I think you can get Malcolm Butler or somebody else like that who can be just as effective, or I don't want to say better, but just as effective as Willie J3. I'm not talking bad about Willie J3. I like him. I think he's a good player. but he's not worth top 5 money. He's not. So whoever that was that commented on the YouTube channel, which you guys can comment on the YouTube channel, you can follow me on my Facebook page at Sports with Strawberry Ice. You guys can instant message me there if you want. You guys ever want to talk to me when I'm not on there, you can message me there. You can also message me on Twitter. So I'm pretty much wherever. You guys ever want to talk to me, I'm not on there. You can talk to me. Oh, here you go. Sorry, Crown. The strawberry ice shirt. Oh, the strawberry ice shirt. Yeah. Yeah, I've had that up there. I've had that for a while. And I've ever get enough people that actually want it. I get enough orders. I'll go get some made and get them shipped out. But I've only had maybe, I don't know, 2 or 3 people say they want one. So I need more than that. So anyway, all right, let's get the hell out of here. Let's go have some fun on a Friday here. But I'd like to thank the Facebook groups that help me run or let me live stream on their show. I'll get it right. Let me live stream on their Facebook page. Sheesh, it's Friday. They are Houday Nation, Cincinnati Reds, Ryan Third heading for home, Bearcat Country, the Ice Bar, which is my show page. Like I said, I try to explain it. It's a show page. I'll put sports information on there, different sports debates, silly memes, silly TikToks. It's a virtual bar. Join it. Have fun. Please, if you want to join the Ice Bar, make sure you answer the question. It's a simple question. Do you watch the show? Yes or no? Pretty easy. Just answer it. It helps me out because I just don't want random people on there. You know, I want it's it's just like being on Houday Nation or Cincinnati Reds, Ryan Third heading for home or Bearcat Country. You want those fans of that group on that page. So I want not necessarily fans, but viewers of the show in the Ice Bar. So please make sure you answer the question if you want to join the Ice Bar. And I don't know everybody out there. I know the ones that mostly comment on here, and they comment every single day. And I appreciate you guys. You guys are awesome. Hey, Dallas, what's up, brother? Where you been at? Yeah, me and Jeremy were just talking about you yesterday. I'm like, where in the world is Dallas at? I know you're in the Army and stuff. I didn't know if you got shipped out or what, but glad to see you, buddy. Let's see here. We're just going to have our own little conversation while we're live on the internet here. I haven't been on YouTube for a hot minute. I've been staying off, trying to move on in my career. Hey, I can't fault you for that, brother. I cannot fault you for that. If you guys don't know, Dallas is in the Army. So every time he comes on, I like to thank him for his service. My nephew's in the Army. I think he's going to get shipped out to Korea here soon, I think. So I think you guys are awesome that want to do that and serve your country. That is great. So I appreciate you guys. Glad you're back. I'm glad you're okay. Because like I said, I hadn't heard from you a while. I didn't know where you've been at, Dallas. But I do have to get the heck out of here because my wife already left. And I'm supposed to go eat dinner with her. So, all right. Follow me all my social media platforms. All under Sports with Strawberry Ice. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and pretty much let's see here. Gotta get that off there. My Facebook likes are at 625. My followers are at 669. So that is awesome. Make sure you guys are following me on Facebook. Like I said, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. I might pull the podcast off. I don't know. This is kind of rambling. I might not put the podcast on, but go check the podcast out. All the shows are on there. This one probably won't be because it's just a rambling, moronic show. But check it out. I'm on BeanPod, Apple iTunes, Spotify, pretty much wherever you get your podcast. Check it out. Rate, like, review. Give me a 5-star review. YouTubers, we're at 852 subscribers. I appreciate every single one of you guys. That is awesome. I loved yesterday's show. It's fun with Anthony Cosenza. Hopefully we'll be able to do some collaboration with him later on. And other than that, go watch the Bearcats tomorrow, live, 3 o'clock, ESPN2. Quit bashing Brandon. Be fans. Be a Bearcat fan. Don't be a Brandon hater fan. If you're a hater, we don't want you. Go root for another team. Be a Bearcat fan. And other than that, that's just sports, baby. See ya!